So let's start this video with a question. How do you edit? Do you shoot mostly RAW or JPEG? Please let me know in the comments down below. So when it comes down to editing your street photos, or should I say your digital photos in general, there are plenty of options available, and I think these days there's more options available than ever. For instance, you can edit on your phone, and that can be very convenient, especially when you're traveling and when you don't want to bring a laptop or something. You just download through an app or whatever, you download your photos to your phone and then you can edit them. Very nice. Some cameras even allow you to edit your photos in camera, like the Fujis for instance. You can use the film simulation and do some minor editing, I would say. But that's not bad. I think that's pretty cool. There was even a camera available that had Lightroom built in, but yeah, for some reason that camera was an epic fail. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. Besides these options, most people probably use Adobe Lightroom, me included. Other might use maybe Capture One as a RAW converter. And in these apps, you can use presets to speed up your workflow or maybe achieve a certain look that you're after. But what if I tell you there's another way doing it, a new way of doing it, and that gives you basically endless options to come up with a certain look, but without the need to spend hours and hours creating them. Today's sponsor, which is Retouch4me, they reached out because they have something brand new. And without even knowing, I was using their software for years now, more specifically 3D LUT Creator. It's a pretty powerful tool to manipulate colors or to come up with a certain look and then save it as a LUT, which is a really nice software, and I'm not aware of any other software that can do that. And I'm using it since years, and when they reached out and I was like, oh my god, that's insane. But now they have something, it's very, very simple to use and it's extremely powerful. And one thing that is pretty cool about it, it's not a Photoshop plugin. I mean, it is a Photoshop plugin, but it's also available as a standalone version, which is pretty much identical to the Photoshop version. So you don't necessarily need Photoshop to do whatever you want. So I think that is pretty cool. This and also the simplicity of it made me really excited about this new software. So I can't wait to share with you. So let's jump right into the action. Okay guys, I'm now here in Photoshop, and before we start, I want to show you a portrait and some other plugins they are doing, and because I think this can save you a tremendous amount of time, especially if you're a portrait or wedding photographer. I think it's pretty cool, and I was really shocked to see what the software can do. And let's jump right into it. Here's the panel. It's like the panel where you can see all the plugins they have. I only have installed 2 of them, but let's just run them. Now let's zoom in a little bit. And if we turn this off, this portrait volume gives it a little bit more contrast in certain areas. So this looks, I think looks pretty good. And the dodge and burn. Wow, I would say that's a substantial difference, so pretty cool. But I know you're waiting for whatever else I want to show you, and I would say let's check it out finally. Right, I've now opened a few street shots in Photoshop so I can show you the new plugin. And you can just open it up here, and it's called Retouch4me Color Match. So let's open it up. And this is what it looks like. Like I said, it looks pretty much the same in the standalone version than here in Photoshop. So it's not just similar, it's the same basically. Okay, so now you have this image here. So you might think, what can I do here now? So the thing is, now you can load here, you can load a reference photo, and what the software does is it's matching your photo with the reference. So what I've done is I went online and I looked for some movies, I streamed some movies, and I took screenshots from the movies that had a cool look. And I took screenshots of maybe some photos online, like some Kodachrome shots. And I also took some film photos that I shot myself, and I loaded them up as a reference. So I have now a folder full of references, and you can have as many as you want. So it's basically endless options. And you will see it's very powerful. So let's open them up and let me show you what this software can do. All right, here now, let's go to the first screenshot, which is from a movie. And as you can see here, it's matching my photo to the source, to the reference here. And you can just go through all the references here by clicking through here. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. And what else it is doing or trying to do is trying to match the luminance in the photo. But you can dial that down if you don't want that. So that's why this slider is here. Basically, you can dial it down and adjust it yourself if you want it or not. Usually I let it in for at least a little bit and to see what comes up, and then I will just adjust it. So I think that's pretty cool. Here from, maybe you can recognize the movie from the screenshot here. Let me know in the comments if you know what movie that is. Yeah, I think that this looks pretty cool. I've already seen a few looks that I really liked. Oh man, I really like this one. This looks pretty good. Has a very cinematic look, I would say. It's pretty nice. And if you don't want or if that's too much for you, sometimes not all the reference photos work, that's for sure. Sometimes the color is not matching your scene and it's not looking that great. So what you can do is here, you can also dial it back a little bit, maybe 66% here, but I think here it fits pretty well, so let's get it in all the way. Or you can smooth it out a little bit, just to your liking. It doesn't seem to do much here, but sometimes you can see a little bit more effect here. But usually I don't touch the smoothing slider here. And I think that's pretty cool. And what else you can do here is you can load up LUTs, but I will show you a little bit later, to even get an even better look or intensify the look, or maybe change it up a little bit more. Or you can just use some LUTs that are already in here. So, but I will show you later. Okay, the next photo here. Let's do it again. Okay, so let's start again. Let's get a reference here. But let's go the other way. Yeah, to me, it's absolutely amazing how good it works. Like I said, to me, it seems like witchcraft. It's incredible. You can do the same thing basically in 3D LUT Creator, but it's much more work. And here it's just a click of a button and that's it. You have the color look that you want. And there's a couple of things that are really neat, because here you can also export it as a LUT. And that is very powerful, because then you created this look and you can apply to other photos. So you just save it as a LUT and you can apply to whatever photo you want. Or you can even use it in, if you want to use it in video files, if you want to edit video and get a certain look, you can do that. Let me show you later how it works, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, not all the looks work. Like this one, I think this doesn't fit the scene here. It's too much magenta in here. Oh, I like this one. Okay, so maybe let's try and apply a LUT on top of this. Let's apply whatever. Let's use this one here, style 13. And just double click and it will apply. And now you have down here, it's a slider blend mode. You can blend the LUT, you just load it. I think this looks pretty cool. And overall, there's a blend slider on top here where you can blend all your adjustments that you did to original one. And I think, yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. So let's apply this. Okay, let's try another photo. This one here, I took this in Japan, I think this was in Osaka, with the Leica Q. And let's see what we can find here. Let's load a reference. Okay. Oh, this looks nice. Again, this one. I don't know what it is, but I like this this reference here. I think this works in a lot of photos. This looks pretty cool. So yeah, let's apply this. All right, let's do one more before I show you what else you can do with it, which is pretty cool. There's still the same LUT loaded that we tried out before. I mean, it looks good, to be honest. If you press spacebar, you can switch between the original and the edited version. I think it already looks pretty good, to be honest. But maybe let's add a reference. Let's see if we like that. I think now this LUT's not working. This may be a little bit too much if we dial back the color, but nah, I think that's not working here. See, on this one here, it's definitely too much. It looks pretty funky. But what happens if we dial it down a little bit, like this over here? I think now it's starting to make sense and it's starting to look good. But no, let's use another one. Get the color back up. Again, my favorite so far. Looks pretty good. That's also not bad. So the original and the edited version. I think this looks pretty cool, to be honest. I think let's leave it here. Remember that I told you that you can also use it to color grade your video. So let me really quick show you how this works. All right, here's a screen grab from a recent video that I filmed. And this is basically the log footage coming out of the Lumix S5. So it's very flat. And now let's try to give it a certain look. All right, let's get rid of the LUT here. Maybe it's 50%. Okay, let's load a reference. So let's see what look we're going for here. Oh, okay, that's a little too funky. I think this looks not bad. Let's luminance maybe a little bit higher. I think this looks pretty good. So I would say let's switch over this footage here to the new look that we found, and let's see how it looks in video. 1, 2, 3. So guys, what do you think? Looks cool? I haven't seen it because I have to edit the photo in, or the video in the future. So, but I mean, I kind of can guess what it will look like. Seeing the matched photo here. In case you haven't noticed what movie it is, it's Joker. So this is basically now looking like in the Joker. What do you think? What is also pretty cool is if you, for instance, you want to publish a book or you have a series of images, and sometimes if you should color, the colors don't align that well, so you have to balance them so they work together. And I think in this case, the software can also be very useful because you can basically, like the name suggests, you can color match these photos and then suddenly they work together. So let me quickly show you. I would just take two photos that don't really fit well together, but let's see if we can make them fit. All right, I've opened up this photo here. I took this year actually in Kuala Lumpur with like a queue. And let's match it to some other photo that I took. All right, let's load up this one photo here. This was shot on film. So as you can see now, how the reference looks and how my photo looks that I wanted to match it to. And I think that it's pretty crazy how good it works. Maybe let's dial down the color a little bit. I think now it's better because then the red here, the red in the reference It's more like a brownish red, so I think it's better if we dial it back up a little bit. It's pretty crazy if you think about it, because now we have two photos that don't really work together, but now suddenly, by using the software, I could now put them in a book side by side. I would not do that, but yeah, you probably get the point. So now, in order to use the software, you have to, I would suggest using TIFF files, but also you can use JPEGs, that's also fine. With some other software, you have to use RAW files or whatnot, but here you can also apply this to JPEGs, which is pretty good. Or if you open up your RAW images in Lightroom or you send them over to Photoshop, you can also use them or open them up here, no problem, even though it's not a TIFF file. Okay, now guys, the cool thing is, if you're interested in the software, I will put the link in the description box down below and you can go and check it out. And by using this code, you will get 20% off. And I think that's a pretty good offer. So check it out if you're interested. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it for today's episode. If you like the episode, you know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we will see each other very soon in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.